Happy evening to one and all present here. I've already been told to keep it very short. Mr. Vasudevan Natarajan, sir, is a dynamic and visionary educationer, public speaker, and a founder and director of Super Teacher. He has trained more than 50,000 educators and impacted more than 10,000 students across 1 lakh students across 24 countries. He has developed the supercomputer curriculum implemented in hundreds of K-12 schools. He has collaborated closely with IIT Mumbai, Hyderabad, Bhubaneswar, along with Vits Pilani to create content and teacher training frameworks aligned with NEP 2020. Principals, kindly please grace this gentleman on stage. I think keep it very short like this. Welcome, Mr. Vasudevan, sir.
A very good evening to one and all present over here, leaders. So first of all, முடிக்கிற தருணத்துல கரெக்டா இவன் யாருப்பா அப்படிங்கிற reactions, I can see that. I promise you I'll not take more than 6 or 7 minutes. 6 is my lucky number, 7 is my brother's lucky number. So I'll not cross than that. So basically, it's my honor and privilege to be in front of the leaders. Some of the principals during the lunch time, they saw me and they're like, in the moonji engyo paatha madri iruke, and then so I think we had met in the IIT program in the past for that program called a Super School Leadership Workshop. So right after that, today I got an opportunity. So I'm not going to speak much. I think you already got, this is basically you, the burger. You remember the last time we spoke about it? So first is the management on the top layer, school is the middle layer, the bottom layer, and in center you will have the patties, which is called as the principal. And finally, we have the ketchup, which is CBSE and NEP. So today we are going to talk about this particular part, which is actually competency-based project. I'm not going to take much time because everybody spoke about it. But what's really interesting about the whole scenario is, principals are the only set of people who actually got into this job knowing that you will not be able to satisfy anyone. It's just the own satisfaction we have. Leadership is that kind of a role. So an incident happened in a school. Some leaders call it a problem and some call it an opportunity. Which leader would you choose? That's the ultimate theme for it. So we will be getting on into the leadership workshop probably in some other session and things like that. But right now, the point is, along with Mr. Banu Prasad, who is not here right now, my name is Vasudevan Natarajan. We co-founded this organization called as Super Teacher Edu Reforms Private Limited in the year 2019. And for me to come to Chennai, it took nearly 4 years, because based on my experience in the past with various other organizations, I found that Chennai is a very emotional place. ஒரு விஷயம் நல்லா இருந்ததுன்னா ரொம்ப நாள் வச்சுப்பாங்க, பிடிக்கலனா உள்ளே வர விட மாட்டாங்க. So that was my experience with various organizations. I really wanted to make the curriculum super strong. I come from a very blessed and a terrific background of parents being teachers. So father teaches social and English, my mother teaches science and maths. The terrific part is my father was my own class teacher from 6th standard to 10th standard. At that time it was terrific, ma'am, it was bad, I didn't like it. But over the period of time, I'm able to find that as a huge blessing. Through which we started writing something called as competency-based computer science curriculum. Initially it was not liked by many people in the year 2019 because NEP was not there. Over the period of time, it got accepted. We are also into robotics curriculum and teacher training programs. And finally, Super Sunday workshops. So right now, I'm just opening the door for Rajnikant. I think it's mandatory to speak about him today. Somehow, I don't know. I think most of you have watched this movie called as Endiran. So here what actually happens is, Endiran, basically Chitty the robot, introduces itself with an iconic line called as, "Hi, I'm Chitty the robot, speed 1 terahertz, memory 1 zettabyte." The meaning of this statement is the name of the chapter called as computer hardware. What we actually do is, instead of talking about what is the brain of a computer, CPU, RAM, ROM, no. We actually bring Rajnikant into picture. I'll show you one more thing very interesting. Right after this, you have got Tata Nano and iPad. I think everybody knows about the story. Tata Nano and iPad both got released at the same time, at the same price, 1,20,000 rupees. Tata Nano is a failure, but iPad is still successful. Some of you even have it right now. Interestingly, why did this happen? So basically the whole point was, when Nano was presented, it was presented as a cheapest car. And car in India is considered to be a matter of dignity. Especially in marriages, பொண்ணுங்க வீட்டில் கார் குடிக்கலன்னா Divorce kuda aayirukku. Even now, recently it has happened. So car is a matter of dignity, but they projected that as the cheapest car, which is not the right thing to do. But iPad, on the other hand, was sold at $1,000 products, but today I'm giving you at $500. So value was established. Now this particular chapter is on PPT, Microsoft presentation. The topic when we talk about competency based education, it's not about the tool description, but the ability of a teacher to convey that competency part of market to the students through PPT. So this is one example of it. So we called it as, it was a bad presentation which ruined a decent car, and good presentation which resulted in high iPad sales. The point is, when everybody was talking about competency based education, there are three attributes to it: knowledge, skills, and attitude. I think most of you know this. How many of you teach the subject that you teach because you love this subject? Raise your hands. It's mandatory to raise your hands, I guess. Yeah. Now, the next question, please do not raise your hands. How many of us teach the subject that we teach not just because we love the subject, but we hate all the other subjects? Think about it. Love and hate is an exaggerated term to create the difference. In fact, if I have to give you a quick example of conveying this, there is the scenario of the broker mechanism in our country. A broker will come, will give you 10 pictures of a person to marry. We'll have to select one of them. You imagine the process. It doesn't happen. Ivar paaka alaga irukkarpa avar eduthikalam. No. You will start eliminating the one who does not really match with you. So that 10 becomes 8. It's elimination. That becomes 6, probably 4, and finally 2. And you select one of them. After 2 years, we realize we had 10 options, but I selected this. Something like that. So the point is, competency is about not just with respect to the positive effect of it, but also the negative aspect. We'll not get into the details of that much. This is the last thing before I conclude. I think some of you would have heard about this Dunning-Kruger effect. I would like to show that to you quickly over the laptop over here. Can I come over there? Yeah. Sorry. This is the last thing. It will take approximately 30 to 35 seconds. And this is something that you can immediately take to the teachers right in the school. So what really happens is, I hope I'll be able to show that. Great. See this. There is this theory where I'm just drawing an XY axis. Please don't mistake me. The line madriye illa, but that's okay. So this particular graph that you're looking at, sorry. So I have to draw it again. See this. So let's assume this. Okay, the first graph is basically called as, I think your HDMI is having a problem, confidence. And the second one is actually called as the knowledge. Excuse me. Confidence. And I'll put this over here. And this is called as knowledge. People think that if you gain knowledge, which is a true fact, your confidence will increase. So the graph grows like this, ma'am. So let us go and select the pen option over here. And the graph goes like this. So knowledge increases, confidence also increases. There is a point where we start thinking that I know everything. It's because of initial knowledge. That is exactly the place where your depression starts. Have you come across this scenario where the more you learn, you start remembering and understanding that there is always more to learn? Sometimes சொல்லுவாங்க ரொம்ப யோசிக்காதப்பா அதிகமா யோசிக்கிறது தப்பு. This is exactly the point. And because of that, when you come to know there is more to learn, the confidence starts depreciating gradually. So that is the reason some teachers in our school, they might have completed their MPhil or PhD, but their confidence will not be high. So this particular point, if you stop over here, it is basically overconfidence. And when you come this particular area, it is called as valley of despair. And finally, when you continue to learn, again the confidence increases gradually and it keeps going up. Why are we even talking about it? We are talking about this because Dunning-Kruger effect very clearly says that during the pandemic, some people understood how to switch on the computer and their confidence increased, which went up. But thinking that, they even started taking computer science as a subject. That's where their confidence started coming down. And they even continued the subject so much that they forgot their original subject was actually science and maths. and they're still taking computer science. So AI as an element that we are talking about is part of our curriculum where we talk about, yeah, can you open Ira? So basically we have this thing called as, I would like to look at this, something called as, everybody was talking about ChatGPT, right? No, don't do anything, please. So you can just open, and the last prompt before we conclude, say for example, I go to one of our curriculums. It could be for anyone for that matter, even science, maths, English, social. I click on our own chatbot called as Ira. And some of the principals would have seen our Ira in the physical form as well. So actually the typing is happening at the bottom. Type, give me examples from this chapter and relate it to Rajnikant. Give me examples from this chapter to practice, and relate it to Rajnikant. It is not AI that is a problem. It is the way AI used is the problem. If a teachers are not able to give the right prompt, probably they'll not get the right answer. So that's why we are trying to come up with this. And ability to use Rajnikant over here is just for humor. But the point is, when the teachers are able to do that, they'll be able to connect the chapter with what the children's surrounding is all about. So that's the reason we are just giving up this prompt. And in few seconds, you'll get the response. So you can see that, concatenate and display the full name, first name, typecasting. Where is Rajnikant over here? So you can see that over here at the bottom. Define constant for Rajnikant. This year and calculate his age. Constant for Rajnikant's birth year. Again, calculate age is equal to current year, print Rajnikant's age, blah, blah, blah. So whatever it is, this particular AI model is able to do that. So this is ultimate the thing that I wanted to convey, ma'am. That's it. So we can use AI in any subject through Dunning-Kruger effect. This is basically the monkey which is looking at us exactly like the way we are looking at it. So basically what happened is, there was a photographer who went to the forest to take some pictures. One monkey by mistake grabbed the camera and took a selfie by mistake. This is that selfie. So basically this selfie is basically present on his magazine. The magazine was doing good. Some animal rights activist group came and said that you cannot use this picture. Why? Because this picture does not belong to you. It belongs to the monkey. The chapter is on copyrights. So to talk about copyrights, there is a real life incident over here. Now interestingly, what really happens is, the case goes on into the court, and this David Slater actually fails. The monkey won the case, and the monkey doesn't even know about it. It's there on the YouTube, you should actually watch it. But anyways, the point is to talk about the copyrights. This is how the topic is connected. Finally, he says that 25% of whatever I'm earning from this magazine, I'll give it to the forest. That's the reason, it got closed. That's it. This is another example, but we are not getting into it. We are actually known for something called a Super Sunday workshop. Every Sunday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., we conduct a session on multiple topics. You just need to go to superteacher.in website, and over there, there'll be something called as events. And right over there, you'll be able to see when I click on events over here, you'll be able to see the next Super Sunday is the Indian Political System Part 1. It's happening from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Leadership and its evolution, types of governments and governance, understanding democracy, politics and its relationship with education. Coming year, we have elections, right? This will be a very good topic. Trust me. Now, interestingly, last Sunday was cognitive bias, judgment. If you want to see the previous sessions, you can go to the archive sessions and you'll be able to see all discipline psychology, control to connection, skill education in India, drug-free schools, Waldorf education system. It's all there on the YouTube. So if at all anybody is interested, they can actually look into it. And we are there over here and closing on it with, yeah. So contact us for teacher training as per CPT guidelines. If you want any training program, we don't charge for it. A tribute to my parents. Computer science curriculum implementation as per CBSE skill modules, robotic lab setups, and student sessions on cyber security, social media literacy, AI, and various domains on similar lines. That's it. These are our team members. If you want, you can take a snap of it, and I'll be in touch with you. Thank you so much for the members to give an opportunity. Looking forward to come back again. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for an informative session. Your suggestions on AI-powered education and technology integration have given us valuable strategies to enhance teaching and learning in the digital era. I now request the senior principals from our outstation schools to honor Mr. Vasudevan Natarajan for his significant contribution in the field of education. Madurai Sahodaya.
Thank you, sir. To introduce our next special guest, Dr. S. Balachandran, former Additional Director General of Meteorology, Chennai, we invite Mrs. Catherine Prince, Chairperson, Central Cluster, and the Principal of Pun Vidyashram, Valsaravakam, onto the stage.
Check. It's my privilege to introduce an eminent meteorologist and a distinguished former head of the Southern Region at the India Meteorological Department, IMD, Regional Meteorological Center, Chennai, Dr. S. Balachandran. Dr. Balachandran joined IMD in 1992 as an operational forecaster at Pune. He has served across multiple specialized divisions of IMD. His professional journey has taken him to key IMD centers in Pune, Delhi, and Chennai. He is a renowned faculty member actively involved in training programs. He has also represented India and IMD in prestigious international technical meetings held in USA, South Korea, France, Myanmar, and Maldives. He has served as a member of the Board of Studies, Physics at Bharatiyar University. He has also contributed as a doctoral committee member at Sastra University and SRM University, Chennai. He continues to serve as a planning board member of the Bharatiyar University, also a faculty member of the Anna Institute of Disaster Management. Dr. Balachandar has published significant research papers on the dynamics of the Northeast monsoon. For nearly 7 years, he led the Regional Meteorological Center, Chennai, the nodal meteorological hub for Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, and Karnataka. With his deep expertise, international exposure, and exceptional leadership in meteorology, Dr. S. Balachandar stands as one of the foremost authorities in India's atmospheric science community. Off the record, sir, during every rough weather, we must admit we trusted your forecast more than the meteorological department. Compared to our predecessors, your principal predictions have always been spot on. No wonder you're so close to our hearts and even closer to our students' hearts who enjoy every cloud-based decision you make. Hope you catch a good-humored forecast. Join me in inviting Dr. S. Balachandran with a big round of applause.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you, thank you. Good evening to all. I know this is the last batsman. Now you can understand your students' mentality at the last class. I'm sure now this is a chance for you to feel their things, okay? At the outset, I thank the organizers giving me this opportunity, and my pranam to all of you as a noble profession, because most of the professions are for immediate need, you know it. But your thing is till life end. Values plus their future society. You are that way. So I came only last, it is my bad luck that I could join only last time. Seeing lot of facilities, how the paradigm shift in the education tools, last few two to three tools they are showing, it brings my memory that some few decades old, where back, if you go back, this many tools are not there. So lot of now question preparation, all these things, they are showing different type of facilities available. If you take, I passed a +2 in 1982. This is my +2 question paper. Because question bank we don't have. Unless otherwise at a small town which does not have internet or connected with the big cities, அண்ட் நோ ஃபஸ்ட்டு முதல் தலைமுறையுடைய கிராஜுவேட்டுங்கிற பொழுது ஒரு எக்ஸாம் அட்டன் பண்ணால் தான் அந்த எக்ஸாம் எப்படி இருக்கும்னு தெரியும். ஸோ இட் ஹேஸ் ஹேப்பன், வாட் ஹேப்பன் நோ, இட் லேட் டு த திங்ஸ் வாட் எவர் ஐ ரோட், மை யூஜி, பிஜி, ஆல் கொஸ்டின் பேப்பர்ஸ், it has like a stamp collection, it has become a habit to me. Till the examination which I wrote for my job also, I am having that question paper. I have a fashion for collecting the question papers. And I bound those things also till now also I am having all those things at times to show that from where to where எப்படி இருந்தேனா எப்படி மாறிட்டேன் தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறதுக்கு. Now coming back, I know that we had to rush back now. Already Didwa cyclone formed in so I have to also rush at the speed of the cyclone. Otherwise, very difficult for all of you. I don't know how far this topic will be connected to. Mostly studies are there, but some way, environment is very important. We are living in the environment, and one of the important topic is climate change. Everybody is talking nowadays climate, sir, it is not happening what was earlier happening, those things. So, socio-economic developments of any country, as you know, that various factors determine the socio-economic development. If you see that war or geopolitical conflicts, everything will have. World Economic Forum, every year they bring out a report and they say that what are the factors that will be the threat for the economic development. In that first 4 things are, if you see that one, extreme weather events, climate change, and biodiversity. These are the 4 topic major things that will determine the future economic risk. Now, last 50 years, if we take that about more than 11,000 disasters took place, lot of people died. Now, like census index, we all know that there are index, like you have to see how the climate is changing, like your temperature, your amount of ice in the Arctic and Antarctic, how the precipitation changes, what is the concentration of how the greenhouse gases changes, how the heat content is changing, how the sea level is changing. These are the indicators which show the, like your human body indications. These are the indications. Now we see that our data are showing temperatures are increasing constantly, and ocean heat content, whether you take up to 300 meter or 700 meter or 2000 meter, that is 2 kilometer, ocean heat is more. Physics teachers will be there. You know that specific heat is, water is more than the soil, and then that has, and globe is covered by 2/3 of the globe is covered with water. So that heat content is the source for the atmosphere. So more heat is there. Ice content is decreasing in this polar regions, and greenhouse gases, that has also gone increasing. Sea level rise because of the melting of ices, sea level rise is increasing. And if you consider the earlier decade, 93 to this one, that time it was 2 millimeter per year. Now recent time it is 4.5 millimeter per year. So accelerated rate it is going on. Now that is what has happened, what is happening, what has happened. Now what is going to happen, your climate projections, you can see that whether annual pattern or southwest monsoon or northeast monsoon, you see some, just you can see the corner, which is north, that is your Rajasthan area. Their rainfall will be more in future time compared with where it has to be their rain. So there will be displacement of the rainfall factors also will be there. Tropical cyclones will, as far as there will be changes in tropical cyclones. Number of cyclones will decrease, but if they form, they will be more intense because of the heat content is more. Arabian seaside, more cyclones will form. In local level, monsoon, 2015, it was 53%. But immediately other next year, it is not gradual. Other side of the spectrum, minus 62%. In fact, 2015, you may be knowing that the well-known famous Ramanan was there. He retired in 2016 March. I took the charge in 2016 April 1st. April 1st is which day? April Fool's Day. That year, the rainfall occurred minus 62%. So it just really happened. There are people from the nearby Pudukkottai, some village. They formed a group and they say that Balachandran came, Ramanan was there were rain. Balachandran came, there is no rain. ஏன்னா அவருக்கு சொல்வாக்கு இல்லை, தானம் செய்யலை, தர்மம் செய்யலை. This was the thing that they have given to representation to government, so you remove him. Later, I have to show that whether he or me, we are not magician to bring the rain. We are using the science and technology to get an idea about what is going to happen. There are failures. When he was there also, failures, it is not failures are not intended. That shows still more study has to be done, more has to be understood. So that was the condition. Then some here and there floods, and if you take India, 365 days, almost more than 82% or 85% of the day, here and there some natural disasters are taking place. That is our statistics shows that. So that has an impact on the infrastructure, that has impact on the lives. So how to face this one? So nature will not show any courtesy. It has a separate concession for small kid, let us leave, or the old lady going to die, let us leave. It is not that. All are equal in front of nature. Unless you get prepared for that, you have to face the consequences. So for this, how we are going to face that one? It is through an integrated forecasting system. So by means of forecasting system, multi-hazard warning system, we can take actions and we can put the system in the place. Now, for this, we need the data. So if you consider weather or climate, any phenomena, if you imagine a triangle, at the corners of the triangle, land, ocean, atmosphere, this naturally sun energy is nothing but, as you know, you are in the subject people, you know it, geography. Any phenomena, the main source is sunlight, and it is translated, the energy exchange is taking place, land, ocean, atmosphere. So whether it's a monsoon or tropical cyclone or anything, it's a manifestation of the energy variations taking place between these three vertices. So you should have an observations from land, ocean observation, atmospheric observation, and terrestrial land observations. So we have an integrated observation like satellite, radar, subsurface observation ship. Behind all these things, science is there, technology is there. So the science and technology is going back. So manual observation, automatic observation, ocean buoys is there, attached with the balloon daily morning 5:30, evening 5:30, spread over India, about 55 places we release these balloons. These balloons with the instrument, it rises in the atmosphere, it gives the data telemeter to the ground level. So you have radars, you have satellites, voluminous data are coming out. Now, these data are collected over not only within the country, and it has to be exchanged with other country, and with that we are putting into models. So model this, each block, earth is divided into small blocks. In that blocks, how much energy is coming out, what is the way that energy is distributed. So there are physical processes taking place, evaporation, like condensation, latent heat is released, fluxes of energy, fluxes of momentum, all these things are taking place. These processes are converted into mathematical equations, and using that equations, we are generating the products. Now the thing is to tell it is easy, but the problem is non-linear partial differential equations. Maths, if you mathematics teachers know these things, so that's why we have limitations in the prediction. There's a limitation for the prediction. So in nutshell, we collect the data and put it into the model, and forecasts are generated. And with our experience, we have to modify that forecast and we generate to the sectorial applications. Now, then finally it has to be disseminated to the users. This was 1971, we have the telegram. This is the kind of communication that time. So by the time it reaches the public or administrator, it value lost. More than 8 hours, 9 hours it will lose. Now, at the time, now we have, with the time, passage of time, science and technology development, you can give latitude, longitude, you have textual things, and if you see the earlier one, only one-page bulletin. Now you have multiple-page bulletin which give details, both common persons or technical people, both textual form and graphical form also. And currently, we are talking about every city is developing, everywhere expansion is taking place. Urbanization is one of the things. From left to right, if you see, red colors go on increasing. That shows the number of buildings go on increasing. And with that, that blue color is decreasing, that is water bodies are decreasing, and yellow color, that is agricultural land is decreasing. So what happens is within a small area, this much changes or physical, geographical changes are taking place. Once physical characteristics change place, there will be changes in fluxes of heat and momentum, everything will change place. So that causes variation of the, with the time, you have to go multiple. Earlier people used to say in Chennai 2015 flood. That flood is 30 centimeter in 24 hours. Whole 24 hours, one day it was 30 centimeter first graph. But if you see below then, it is 2021, November 6th, we had 22 centimeter in 4 hours. 30 centimeter, 30th, if you see that one, again 21 centimeter, 3 hours. So from spread over 24 hours, you are having short interval, very intense rainfall are taking place. Atmosphere is very strong now. Heat and thermodynamics people, physics teachers can relate it, that one. So it will be more stronger, more these things. So you have to understand more that this, so you should have more observations around the city and, radars. Earlier Doppler analog radar was there, then Doppler effect used radars was there, then dual polarization electromagnetic teachers know it, electromagnetic waves using dual polarization, then synthetic aperture radar is there, sail drones are used, hurricane gliders are used. Now slowly these are developments taking place. Apart from that, data analysis, as now every now and then we are talking about AI. So AI also used now, that is one. Now GraphCast is there, now ForecastNet. These are the experimental AI-based forecasts are coming out. Now like your ChatGPT, Motion GPT is developed. So once the product is generated, map is generated, geography knowledge is not required. Persons, you feed it, it will generate which place is going to get rainfall. That bulletin is generated by AI. So these type of things are coming up. So for these things, now the thing is climate, so there is a need climate change education in schools and made. That is the thing. So it will help the students to know the knowledge, skills, values, attitudes that are need to understand and mitigate and adapt to them. That has to be implemented. The goals will be building the knowledge for critical thinking, fostering the pro-environmental behavior, and developing agencies and resilience. In fact, several countries are making now this is a part of their curriculum. Now, Argentina has recently passed a comprehensive environmental law is something else, environmental education law. Environmental education law is introduced in 2021. New Jersey started all the schools, right from school to college. You should have integral part of environmental science is one thing, but climate change is a part, it should be part. You should understand because it is a multi-sectorial applications. Each student will have different type of capability. One will be good in physics, one will be good in mathematics, one will be good in sociology. So that perspective has to be imbibed in the student community. That has to be important. So for that interdisciplinary learning, we should not think about only science and technology problem. We have to include them humanities. In fact, international level meetings when we attend, mostly they are cyclone related technical symposium, but one sector there it will be dedicated for social people. Sociology people will address us because we are science people. They will address how the people are understanding this, your bulletins. What are the things you have to communicate to them. That way we have interdisciplinary learning should be there, action-based learning should be there, connection to the local context and utilization in the quality resources. This way, you know already these things. National action plan is there for climate change. You have national solar panel mission, enhanced energy efficiency, water mission, different missions are there. But to contribute to this, these are not fixed final one. Evaluation is taking place with the time. So your community, student community has to be prepared for, it is like relay we are giving to them. So student has to be prepared for that. So different action plans are there. For these action plans, how the students can contribute to them. Unless we get awareness to that, we have to train them. That will help them to think over the problems. Then they will also contribute with the due course. So innovative way, now AI started. Our curriculum CBSE, I understand that they are going to introduce AI also. That AI will have different applications in climate crisis also it is there. How it will help you to monitor and assess the climate change, how your grids are maintained, electrical supply, different type of sources are there, coal-based source, water-based, wind energy, all has to be monitored. It like your calculator computers are helping you speedily. Here it is also, if you tuned it, it will quickly take the data and analyze. It will give you the solution-based decision support system. DSS, that will help you to that one. Sustainable agricultural measures it will give. It will help you to do the social awareness communication. We presume certain things when we use the terms. But AI will say that you have to modify your bulletins like this. You have to change these words. You have to address technical people like this. You have to address common man like this. Sectorial people you have to address like that. So all these things can be, AI will help you to, as a tool to help you attain this. So end note is, protection and the conservation of nature is necessary to maintain the future ecological balance. So we have responsibility towards the coming generations. For that, you have to prepare your new current generation to that one, so that it will be a relay one, continuous one. Each student will have some potential in them. It has to be tuned to them. It has to identify to them, so that they will contribute in their way to the common goal. With this, I thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you, sir, for a captivating session. Your vision on climate change and its impact on future generations will help us take more responsible and sustainable actions. I now invite the office bearers of CSSE to present a memento to Dr. S. Balachandran as a gesture of our appreciation for his esteemed presence at today's conclave.
Thank you all. As we draw the curtains on this Progressive Principles Conclave, it is my pleasure to welcome all of you to the valedictory session. Leadership is not about being in charge. It is about taking charge of those in your charge. In this spirit, we are delighted to have Mrs. V. Sudha Malini, Vice Chairperson of CSSE and Principal of RMK Senior Secondary School, a professional trainer, author, and a motivational speaker, to welcome our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Arunima Mazumdar, Joint Secretary and CBSE Head, COE, Chennai.